Three, two, one, and action. What is up, Travels with Buddy Nation? Today, we're going to be looking at some home gym equipment. There's about 5 pieces of equipment I want to look at. Some of the ones that I think are really good pieces of equipment to work out in for home gym. And this one here is the Weider 2980X home gym system. Goes for $399.99, so $400 at this particular place here. They're out of stock, so that tells you it's probably a pretty good piece of equipment. So I'm just going to go over it. I'm going to look at it and just review it. It looks like it's got, as you can see, it's got the lat pull down. It's got the leg extension, which also could be used as a seated cable row. It's got the preacher curl. It has a chest fly, so this thing where you can do flies, where this must bend here in the middle, and it also has a chest press. So there's probably something here that you, like a little metal piece here that you put in here so it doesn't bend, and then you can just do a regular bench with it. The stack doesn't seem to be too heavy though. It looks like, I think it has like an 80-pound stack. Yeah, it's an 80-pound vinyl weight stack, and 214 pounds of total resistance. So it's got an 80-pound weight stack and 214 pounds of total resistance. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if you can add more weight to it. But for $400, it looks like a really good piece of equipment. Let's see here. As you can see here, this is the lat pull down, but it looks like, in a way, when you're doing a lat pull down, as she's demonstrating it, she's doing the exercise behind the neck, and which is probably not the best way to do this exercise, but if you're going really light like this as like a warm-up, it's probably not that bad. Typically, if I was going to do this exercise, I would be facing the machine and bringing the weight down in front of my face, like towards my chest, and I would probably be rolling my body backwards a little bit. So it looks like the preacher curl right here would probably be in the way. And if you can remove this preacher curl when you're doing the lat pull down, it would make much more sense. But this is what I mean when you buy an equipment. Sometimes the way they build them, it's just not. You'd have to take off the leg assembly as well, because this whole piece looks like it would be in the way. If she was like sitting the other way and she was doing the lat pull down in a proper fashion, she would probably be arching her backwards towards this piece of equipment a little bit, and it would be hitting her back. So you definitely would have to take this off. This is what I mean about weight training equipment. Sometimes you buy them and the way they're made, you wonder, it's like, did the person who built this machine, do they even know anything about working out or strength training or how to do exercises or whatever? But if you're able to easily take this piece of equipment off of here while you're doing the lat pull down and do the exercise properly, it wouldn't be a problem. I'm assuming that you can. If it's something it takes you a couple minutes or a minute or so to just unassemble this, take this off to do the exercise, it's probably not a bad idea. Because the preacher curl it's good to have, but there's so many exercises that you can do that mimic the preacher curl. You can just with a dumbbell, that you don't really need this big piece of equipment just to do preacher curls with. I don't think I wouldn't invest that much money in just to do the preacher curl. Here's the dimensions of it. So I think it's like 5.5 feet tall, something like 15 feet wide total. So it would fit in most rooms, I think. There's a close up of the preacher curl. There's the low row apparatus. You can do leg extensions with it, or even seated cable rows, or or for the preacher curl. The way it's set up is probably for the preacher curl. There's the upper row for the lat pull down. And there's other kinds of attachments you can use. You can see that there's an attachment they have here on the low row. Looks like they got a pulley here, a one-arm pulley here. And that's probably to do like seated preacher curls with. So if you're sitting on the bench and you're doing a preacher curl, you grab this pulley here. But you could also sit on the floor and do seated cable rows with it. You'd have to get a cable row attachment, or you can probably use the lat pull down attachment, put it on this anchor right here, and just do the seated cable row with that. But overall, there it is. Like this piece right here. I'm sure you can just unhook it from here and put it down here and do your seated cable row. But overall, I mean, it looks like a pretty good piece of equipment for $400. Like my only problem with this piece of equipment right here is this preacher curl. You know, it looks like it would be in the way of doing the lat pull down properly. And I know if I bought this equipment, that would be the first thing I would do. If I was doing a lat pull down, I would be facing the equipment, and I would be taking this preacher curl machine off unless I was using it. But other than that, it looks like a pretty good piece of equipment. And that is the Weider 2980X home gym system. Okay, and that is my review of the 2980X home gym system from Weider. And remember, if you like these videos, make sure you subscribe and like the channel. Have an awesome day, keep training, and peace out, everybody.